So ready to go here. The fourth of 4 first-round matchups. Arkansas State in the black, ULM in the gold. Brent Dugas, our lead official, will toss it up. And we're underway in New Orleans. Red Wolves will start on offense.
They look for the ball screens. They get Cockfield away from the ball and let him come off screens and then play. Boy, is he quick.
And Cockfield stepped on the sideline. That's a 6th time in 4 games we've had that happen.
That's unbelievable. Now, that one, though, I don't think was where the baseline blended in. I think he just tried to force it and really didn't have room.
First Bank and Trust starting 5 for ULM. Number 2, Michael Ertl, the guy handling the ball right now. SunBelt Conference Freshman of the Year, averaged over 15 points per game in their last 10 games. Jean-Pierre in the corner. And the A-State starting 5 brought to you by First Bank and Trust. Number 4, Tristan Wally, career high 23 against the Warhawks on Saturday night.
Both teams will shoot that 3 quickly, Matt. Oh, you had no room to go, son. There was no room there. He tried to split him, Ertl, and no, you're not that kind of explosive player. You just pass it over here on the wing.
Michael Ertl out of Indianapolis, not recruited by hardly anybody at all, but ULM says they saw something in the young man, and boy, has he turned out to be a scorer. They did not anticipate that as Munnings gets the first basket. And the bounce pass by Cockfield goes right through the offense and through the defense and out of bounds. And Cockfield not happy with Tomas Bruce, pardon me, who didn't go to the ball.
No, he stopped. And Cockfield was right. He's got to lay in if he just goes after or continues to cut towards the basket. Now, part of what the Red Wolves want to do is when Munnings gets a ball is try and make him a passer, like right there.
And it works as Alabacus banks it in. Worked well for ULM that time as they take the 4-0 lead.
They're going to drive it a lot. They're going to penetrate. And that was an excellent pass as the defense came over to Munnings.
Bruce sets the screen for Lindsey, who pulls up off back iron. And the rebound controlled by McDaniel. Sam McDaniel named to the SunBelt 3rd team. All conference honors for him this year. Munnings calls for it. Backing it in the paint. 10 on the shot clock for the Warhawks. Jean-Pierre, and he finger rolls it up into it, gets jammed between the rim and the backboard.
It's the second time we've seen that today.
So soft to touch, it just nestled right in there and went to sleep.
There you go. Cockfield knows where people are. Well, that's a great steal. Right
Stolen
there.
by Jean-Pierre on the break. Steps on through and got fouled, and Jean-Pierre will go to the foul line.
The great part about that is Jean-Pierre read where the ball was going to be thrown and reacted quickly, rotated over, and stole the ball. See, look at him go. Really good defensive play.
And Jean-Pierre has been one of these guys that, he's not going to get the same kind of accolades as Munnings and Ertl and McDaniel, but, Coach Richard says that he and Jordan Harris have really been integral parts, even though statistically they don't quite have the same numbers as some of the other guys, but they've played a really big role because ULM does not have that one or two guys like the team we saw previously, Troy, with Jordan Bernardo and Wesley Person. They don't have guys like that who can just carry them by themselves.
No, that's very true. And Jean-Pierre is a slasher. He really does a good job of going to the basket in transition. But you're right. He's a contributor. He knows who he is.
Drive to the hoop. The miss by Wally. And lost out of bounds by Arkansas State. Slow start for these guys.
They're making some difficult shots, and they're trying to complete them. And instead of on that penetration, pitching to the open man, they need to make the extra pass.
There's head coach Mike Pilato out of Miami. He played AAU basketball for Frank Martin. Played his college ball at NAIA St. Thomas. And turnover, Ertl bounced it out of bounds to where McDaniel was, but no longer was.
Good point. See, McDaniel starts cutting up, and Ertl thinks he's right where he was. Well, he wasn't. Now, that's Ertl's mistake, though.
Bruce comes out of the ball game for the Red Wolves. Boujay in the ball game for the first time.
Red Wolves are a quick, athletic team that's going to create one-on-one, off the dribble.
Oh, nice fadeaway. Cockfield with some words for Jean-Pierre after he nailed that jumper. Cockfield averaging 15 points per game. He became their top scorer when Coach Pilato dismissed Devin Sims from the program. Ertl shoots over Cockfield. Miss. Rebound. Cleared by the Red Wolves. Outlet pass stolen by McDaniel. They don't have numbers. They'll take the shot anyway. McDaniel missed the three-pointer. He's a really good three-point shooter, hitting 42% of his shots. Boujay can't handle the pass from Lindsey. 6 turnovers already for Arkansas State. Ertl in the corner with the three-pointer, and ULM out to an 8-2 lead. Actually, they will count that as only 2.
Yeah, but it was a good step back, and they just lofted a really good offensive play.
So a 7-2 lead for the Warhawks. What a turnaround, I should say, for Keith Richard's team after 2 wins in the conference a year ago. 9-9 coming into tonight's action. Lindsey in the paint, can't make the mid-range jumper. And we have our first timeout. 5 minutes in. And led by the freshman of the year of the SunBelt, Michael Ertl. ULM has jumped out to a 7-2 lead. Michael Ertl. ULM has jumped out to a 7-2 lead here in New Orleans.
First Bank and Trust. Up in the absence of Nick Coppola, who graduated last year. And like you mentioned earlier, they recruited him full force. And Coach Richard said his improvement throughout this year correlates directly with the team's improvement that we've seen as of late.
Yeah, they really thought that he'd be a replacement for Coppola, but what he's become is more than just a replacement for him because he can really score the ball. Nice pass right there. Boujay with the conversion at the end of it.
I think there was a mess up on the defensive end of the Warhawks, and he was left wide open. And you're right, Cockfield found him.
Munnings scoops it up and in. Second basket for Munnings, who averages 16 a game.
He likes to go to the basket with the ball. He's better than planting down inside.
Lindsey to a slashing baseline, and Wally with the reverse lay-in.
Wally just cut on the baseline during the penetration, and the defense just got caught up in the ball and just totally lost him. Really good offensive play.
Munnings gets it back, working against Wally. His pass deflected up into the air, but the Warhawks get it back. 10 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock. Let's see if they recognize it hasn't reset. Jean-Pierre takes the shot and hits it. Jean-Pierre with his first basket. He has 3 points. He's averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds during this winning streak for the Warhawks. Wally, three-point attempt, rim out, and last touch by Bouger.
Checking into the lineup for Arkansas State, number 10, Grant.
One of the great things about this young man is, boy, he just rifled the ball. I mean, okay, he's primarily a scorer, but if you're open, he'll get you the ball. And as I said, this is what Munnings does best. Taking the ball, going to the basket, or pulling up short for jump shots.
And Munnings has been a real workhorse for this team over the last month. In fact, part of the turnaround has been also a shortening of the rotation. Coach Richard's only going to play like 6 or 7 guys tonight. And Munnings is one of those guys who's going to get a lot of minutes, averaging 34 minutes per game. And Munnings now has hit his first 3 shots. He has 6 of their 13 points.
And see, he can post up against these guys with the line up on the floor because he can go over them.
McDaniel is another one of those guys who really worked hard in the offseason after a poor shooting season a year ago. And Jordan Harris, he comes in and plays the point that allows them to put Ertl off guard and give him more shooting opportunities, although he missed that three-point attempt. Lindsey through the paint and scoops it up and in.
He is so quick and explosive, and he just was under control all the time and looked for the crevice, and by golly, he got it. Great drive.
Lindsey, a senior on this team for first-year head coach Mike Pilato, says the kid bought in from day one. Been a big part of what he's tried to do, changing the culture here. And ball popped up into the air, and a foul's going to be called on ULM. And this is going to be on Marvin Jean-Pierre. That'll be number 1 on him. Rashad Lindsey and the Arkansas State Red Wolves trying to overcome a slow start here, trying to climb back in. They're down by 5. They're down by 5. Huge motor, but not very skilled in the game of basketball. He's become a much better shooter, passer, dribbler.
He has so many different ways, or he's developed so many different ways to score. You're right, and his motor hasn't slowed down. He's one of those kids that can just go and go and go.
And at 6'6", 195, he faces some challenges against length in the post, but he is able to overcome a lot of those with his quickness, I think. Harris bounces in there to McDaniel, put it on the floor off his foot. Ertl in the corner, three-pointer, buried it. Ertl, his first three-pointer, he has 5 points. Cockfield goes back really quickly and lays it in.
See, he can beat you in transition because he's strong and explosive. And if he gets an angle, he can go all the way, and that's exactly what he did.
Mike Pilato believes there's nobody faster in the open court, and I tell you what, that kid can get out there and go.
Oh, boy.
Harris, air ball.
Checking in the lineup for Arkansas State, Marquise Eaton, and number 12.
Marquise Eaton's going to check back into the ball game for Arkansas State. Freshman out of Jonesboro, a hometown kid. They think this kid's going to be something really special. In fact, Pilato says he'll be one of the best guards ever to put on a uniform at A-State when his career is over. Averaged 6 a game this year with a couple of assists per game. Low block. Inside they go and got the roll. Bruce back in off the bench. And I got to tell you what, Arkansas State, I mean, they win the award for the brightest colored shoes. They got red and pinks all over the place.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're doing a good job off that ball screen of reversing back the way the ball came and throwing the ball down the inside or looking for shooters.
McDaniel driving, falling away, and it goes over the backboard. And Whitney Hayworth, who has about 27 pairs of shoes in her closet at home, has more on these shoes.
Unfortunately, I don't know if I have 27 pairs of shoes. But, anyway, you know, Matt, I noticed the hot pink shoes as well. And obviously your first, guess was probably that it has to do something with breast cancer. And you probably, if you guessed that, you're correct. I went over and I asked, and I learned that the pink shoes are from their pink game they had earlier this season. And they are in honor of assistant coach Mike Scatera's wife, Kimberly, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in June 2017. He said she's currently going through radiation treatments. She's doing okay. She's getting better each and every day, but it's definitely been a tough year since he's arrived in Jonesboro. And he said the team actually signed a pair of those pink sneakers and gifted them to Kimberly in support. So I think I speak for all of us that we are thinking of Kimberly and definitely supporting her in her fight.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful story. We certainly wish her the best in that battle. Gillard at the line for Arkansas State.
Red Wolves are really pushing the ball, Matt, and it's being, they're productive out of it. They're getting some easy shots at the basket as a result of it. And they're so quick, and they get down in a hurry. Red Wolves have got to stop that. They've got to negate that transition game, or it's going to pay huge dividends for the Red Wolves.
Gillard, the free throw in Arkansas State, despite the fact 7 turnovers, despite the fact they shot at the start of the game shooting the ball so poorly, they're down only 2. Ertl. Rebound. Arkansas State. Eaton will bring it across. Gillard. Bruce goes up and gets it on the offensive glass. Couldn't get the payoff, however.
Alabacus was just long enough.
Offensive foul on Munnings, and that'll be number 1 on him.
That was a pretty good acting job by Bruce. I'm not sure that he lowered it. Can't tell from that angle.
There's no doubt he added some to it.
Oh,
hey, that's part of it.
Oh, absolutely. That's just part of the game. That's smart.
Eaton running the point. Gives it up to Cockfield now. Cockfield gets it back, rises up and fires a 3. Alabacus the rebound.
It's a tough matchup for Alabacus.
Munnings open, 3-pointer on its way. He buried it. Munnings with his first 3-pointer. That's the second for the Warhawks, and they're back up by 5.
40% of his shots come from there, and he got it in transition before the defense could get to him.
That's his 66th 3 of the season. He's hit 38.5% of his 170 attempts. Eaton back the other way. Eaton gets his first bucket.
Defense switched, and Munnings just wasn't able to control him.
Munnings scoops it up and in.
So he's getting some mismatches there as a result of playing in the high post. Like Kern can't guard him there, and he's 1 or 2 dribbles away from a lay-in.
Yeah, what he lacks in size, he certainly makes up with his quickness. Eaton. Pass knocked away, stolen. Here come the Warhawks. They got numbers. Ertl in front of everybody, lays it in. 7-point lead for ULM.
Defense did a great job of just jarring it loose. Too much dribbling. The ball should have been thrown quicker to the open man over here on his wing, which was Kern.
Bruce inside against Alabacus, and the foul committed by Alabacus.
That's really a good step through. Really good offensive play.
And a timeout with just under 8 minutes to play. Under 8 minutes to play. Munnings. 7-point lead for the Warhawks.
Fans, it's time for a SunBelt championship favorite. It's the chicken toss.
Munnings during the course of the game. And the other thing is, I don't think Cockfield's getting enough touches. I don't think he's in enough positions to shoot the ball as often as he needs to.
Tomas Bruce with the free throw make. He's a 62.5% free throw shooter, averaging 9 a game, 6 rebounds per game. And it's back to a 5-point game at 23-18. McDaniel fumbles it away. Offensive foul on McDaniel. That's number 1 on him, and the 5th team foul on the Warhawks.
Well, he turns and goes without taking a look to see where the defense was. You know, he already made up his mind he could lay the ball in the basket.
Lindsey brings it across for the Red Wolves and hands it off to Eaton. Running a weave, now Kern. Screen set by Bruce. Bruce gets it, working against Alabakis. Alabakis ends up on the deck, no whistle. And last touch by the Red Wolves.
Overall, I think the Red Wolves are going after the ball better than what the Warhawks are. If it comes to the Warhawks, they'll go after it, but they're not trying to rebound outside their area. See, they got Munnings right up there in that high post.
McDaniel, quick to fire after receiving the pass.
Oh, that was quick. That's a tough shot.
Bruce working against Alabakis. Got around him and laid it in, reverse layup.
Bruce does a good job of being clever with the ball, knowing where he is. And that's a tough matchup for Alabakis.
Having some difficulty with Bruce's good speed down there.
Yeah, he's just not as good an athlete. His feet are slower.
Jordan Harris with the three-pointer.
Jordan Harris.
48% of his shots come from there, and boy, he just nailed the last couple.
He averages 8 a game, 31% at the three-point line. Eaton drives off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Gillard ends up with it and fires. McDaniel tries the other corner. Eaton the rebound for the Red Wolves. Ten on the shot clock as the Red Wolves back up to set the offense. Lindsey charges up there against Harris, falling away. Alabakis snags the rebound. Long pass comes to McDaniel. He attacks the paint, goes right at it, misses. Tip attempt at the rim, missed by Jean-Pierre. Gillard nailed it.
Defense just chased the ball and left the man wide open. I mean, it was simple. Both teams are up and down. Both teams are shooting the ball quickly. I really like it there.
Foul charge, Arkansas.
3 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the half. 50 seconds to play in the half. ULM with a 6-point lead on Arkansas State. Shoot the ball well. Last year, his first season in the program, really got in the gym and worked hard. He has become the shooter that they thought he would be this season. Leads the team with 71 3-point makes, and Munnings inside.
He's doing a good job out of that high post. And right now, the Red Wolves don't have an answer. But they better get one, because if he can stay there and score like that the whole game.
He's the leading scorer in this game with 13 points. Cockfield falling off balance, end up going out of bounds off of the Red Wolves.
Tough shot for Cockfield. He's got to pull up short one step and hit that jump shotter, because at his size, he's going in there against kids that can get up higher than he can.
8-point lead. for ULM. They lost both games to Arkansas State during the regular season, including a 4-point loss just 4 days ago. And now trying to beat them here today to advance to the SunBelt quarterfinals to play Georgia Southern on Friday. Ertl. Nice jumper by Ertl. 10-point lead for the Warhawks.
Yeah, he just went up above Lindsey. Really pulled up short. Heck of a shot by that young man.
Long rebound controlled by the Red Wolves. Cockfield fires right back up there and hits the three.
And that's the first time in a long time he's been open where he could just catch, step, and shoot.
He leads them with 54 three-pointers this season.
Yeah, but the Warhawks haven't given him a lot of room, and that was just a broken play. And you got a foul right now on Lindsey.
That was their first three-pointer of the game, and it cut the lead to 7 with 2:15 now to play here in the first half.
Number 4.
The Warhawks are coming over the top of those ball screens and making it very difficult to get three-point shots.
Ertl working against Cockfield. Jean-Pierre pulls up from 10 and nailed it.
Marvin, Jean-Pierre.
They're doing a good job of pulling up instead of trying to get all the way to the basket and getting good looks. And they're taking the Red Wolves out of the three-point shot off those ball screens. Oh, could have traveled there.
Lindsey throws it away. Ahead it comes to Jean-Pierre, and Jean-Pierre will lay it in. And a timeout called by Coach Mike Pilato as his team falls behind. Coach Mike Pilato as his team falls behind by 11.
Drive it and look for the three-point shot whenever you got it.
Cockfield, bounce pass intercepted by Alabacus as they continue to be loosey-goosey with the basketball.
Defense again rotated over and just read where he would logically throw the ball and took it away from him.
Ertl nearly had it knocked away, stayed with it long enough to get fouled on a shot, and he'll go to the line.
I think they'll call that on a turn, yeah.
So 5 team fouls now on the Red Wolves. And Ertl at the line.
Ertl's quicker than people realize. I mean, you look at him and you say, oh, he can't be that quick. But yeah, he's pretty quick.
I think he's quicker than the ULM coaching staff thought. Like we said, they brought him in to be a point guard. Did not think that he was going to be a 15 points per game scorer, but that is what he has been over the last month of this season on the way to earning SunBelt Conference Freshman of the Year honors.
Let's see, they turned him loose a little bit. They, meaning Coach Richard, turned him loose a little bit and said, take the ball, go to the basket, shoot the three, forget the inside game. And, yeah, he's just...
Well, it all goes back to that Troy game. And they were down 14 at the half, and Coach Richard, kind of out of desperation, said, we're going to go with the 5-man lineup. Well, it worked. Ertl started driving the paint. They came back and won that game. They piggybacked off that success, and as they continued to get drives from Ertl and baskets, it spread the floor and opened up their three-point shooting game.
And once play the game.
Winner of this game gets Georgia Southern. No easy task there. You got Tukey Brown, first teamer, who, golly, I mean, it's hard to think that he could have also been Player of the Year had the team had a little bit more success. But Simon, certainly, you got to agree with that one. Alabacus in there, puts it in with the left hand. 14-point lead for ULM.
McDaniel made a great feed, didn't he? He backed in there very slowly. Defense rotated to him, and he found Alabacus right underneath the bucket.
Shot clock off. We're down to 12 seconds to play in the half. Cockfield got a screen. Drives to the hoop and missed the runner. Foul on the floor, and it will be on ULM.
Yeah, Alabacus, I think.
No, I think McDaniel, actually.
McDaniel?
Yeah, that'll be number 2 on him.
Sam McDaniel, second personal. team foul number 6.
So team foul number 6. 7-0 run here for ULM with 7 seconds to play in the half as they've been able to open up from a 7-point lead to a 14-point lead. Bruce off the inbounds. Eaton going to go with 4 seconds. Fires the three-pointer way off the mark. Bruce tries to hit the runner at the buzzer. And then the miss by Gillard as well. And that is the end of the first half. As Arkansas State, 13 points for Munnings on 6 of 7 shooting as the Warhawks start the second half on offense.
Well, a lot of that was up in the high post. I mean, right there. Oh, great pass, but the angle wasn't good. The ball was on a downward flight, and that's tough to catch when it's on a downward flight.
Eaton on the drive, stops in the paint. Cockfield gets it at the elbow. Missed the runner. Battle for the rebound. Bruce underneath. Put it on the floor. That was a mistake. Battle for the ball, and finally they call it jump ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Arkansas State. Here's Mike Pilato. Right before the team came out for the start of the second half, really just letting them have it. Not happy with that effort in the first half in which they shot 32%. And were 1 of 10 on their threes.
I can understand where he's coming from.
And that was just the offensive end. Probably even more disappointed in the defensive end, where ULM shot 56% or 59%.
Bruce is trying to go too quick, and he just lost the ball. See, Munnings is just going to go right back into the high post. Now they got a bigger man in there gardening Wally. So let's see if that has an impact on. Oh, great.
Ertl. Nice job by Ertl. His 5th basket. He's got 12 points. You know, I got to say, Coach, you know, Bob Marvin as the Coach of the Year in this conference, that was a no-brainer. But you had to give strong consideration, if you had a vote, to Keith Richard in the turnaround. This is basically the same team outside of Ertl. Same 4 guys that were starting a year ago, essentially, that went 2-16 in the conference. They went 9-9 this year.
I don't disagree with you one iota. And in fact, I don't think you have to go that far. You come back from where they were to win 8 out of 11. Within 1 game of having a bye in the first round. Come on, you're doing a lot of things right with the same kids. Remember, we saw them get crushed by Louisiana. I mean, crushed. And yet here they are competing.
Clock violation right there. They just ended up fumbling the ball way too much and could never get a shot off.
See the hesitation, shot fake. Oh, boy. You know, I can understand why he's freshman of the year.
He's out of Mount Vernon High School in Indianapolis. That's right in the middle of basketball country. And nobody was really recruiting him.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at that with all the schools in that area.
Eaton with the basket. Cuts it to 12.
That dribble weave.
Jean-Pierre hits the three-pointer. That's the 4th three-pointer for the Warhawks.
And he's been kind of quiet. We haven't talked a lot about him. But if he gets going, that really helps him.
The quiet to double figures. He's got 10 points. 3 Warhawks now in double figures. Foul's going to be called on the Warhawks.
Foul charge to ULM's number 1, Travis Munnings. 2nd personal. Team foul number 1 in the second half.
You dribble weave, the defense adjusts, slow rotating out. They were protecting the inside game, and Wally couldn't get out in time.
Foul was called on Munnings, and that's number 2 on him. And that puts Cockfield at the line.
Yeah, now he doesn't want to pick up his 3rd here for a long time. So he's got plenty of room for fouling situations in the last 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game.
Cockfield, 78% free throw shooter. Number 7 in the conference. And missed the second. They just can't let any scoring opportunities, and that includes free throws, be missed.
No, because nobody besides Cockfield has really stepped up and said, you know, hey, I'm here. I can help this situation.
Munnings, shot blocked. Bruce came out to block at 5 on the shot clock now. Jean-Pierre fires inside Alabacus. They beat the shot clock and won. They were down to 1 on the shot clock, Coach, and Alabacus put it in for his 3rd basket of the day.
Well, catching the ball was a heck of a play. Now watch this. I mean, that is an easy pass to catch. He did it and then had the presence of mind to get it up there quickly. Didn't rush it.
Alabacus, one of 3 Australians on this ULM roster.
You ever been to Australia?
Have not.
Beautiful country.
Take me sometime. On your dime.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I was just going to ask you that.
17-point lead for ULM. Cockfield. And Alabacus grabs the rebound. Cockfield now 3 of 9 shooting. Ertl all the way, and the rebound by Jean-Pierre to put in. 19-point lead for ULM.
ULM is going to the basket in all situations, and other guys are rebounding and chasing the ball down.
Eaton missed with the left hand. Foul is going to be called. Arkansas State. Bruce picks up the foul, and that'll be number 3 on him.
Watch this drive. He sees that opening, that gap, and then look at Pierre is right there. Jean-Pierre does a great job of coming up with the 2 points. This young man handling the ball right there against that pressure has done it all game long. Really has a feel for how to handle the ball.
And he's got a really quick first step.
Yes, he does. And he uses his body to be clever.
Got a lot of body fake. Able to shake and bake a little bit to separate himself from the defender. Really impressive. 3 on the shot clock. Ertl on the baseline. Missed it right there. Rebound by Boujay. Cockfield going coast to coast. Fires it up there. Wild shot. A little bit out of control there. I think some frustration setting in for him. Munnings hammered. He'll go to the line.
Warhawks use ball fakes and shot fakes extremely well.
They're in control of this game, and Munnings will be at the foul line when we get back.
Game. Now, if Coach Richard has the audacity to call this 5 guards, well, I'd challenge him that way. But I like their perimeter game. I like the way they play. They play together. Ertl clearly establishes how the offense is going to go, and Munnings finds enough ways to get open that it's really a good little basketball team right now.
Arkansas State started this game 6 for 12. They're 6 for 26 since.
Well, as we said, you know, nobody has helped Cockfield. And he's had to force some shots that he shouldn't have shot.
Lindsay, roll out, rebound, McDaniel. McDaniel now with 5 rebounds. He's only got 2 points in this ball game, but he's been able to contribute in other ways. And quite frankly, they haven't needed his scoring punch with the big 19-point lead. Harris left it short. Good defense by Cockfield. Cockfield pushes it ahead to Lindsay. Eaton. And Boujay ended up with the ball in his hands. I think the shot had been partially blocked, and Boujay puts it in. First basket for him. Second, pardon me. Munnings, shot blocked by Boujay. Gillard Alabacus the rebound. Gillard now 1 for 6.
They're at a point, they, meaning the Red Wolves, where they got to almost do everything right on each possession or they're going to be in trouble.
Harris, three-pointer. They're in trouble. Down 21 with 13.5 to play.
And that's a long way to come back. You can do it, but that's a long way to come back.
It is a long way to come back, Coach, and to do that, the game would have to totally flip script for Arkansas State. I mean, things they have not been doing all night, they would have to suddenly start doing, like hitting shots. They're 31% right now.
And they have to shoot quickly, and they aren't doing it like that.
First three-pointer for McDaniel, lead 23. Bouger follows his own miss. Earl gets the rebound.
See, Bouger spun, and McDaniel rotated over and whacked the ball, and then it wasn't such an easy shot for him. Really good defensive play.
Earl. Rebound. Eaton.
Oh, could have called travel there.
Ten on the shot clock for the Red Wolves. Lindsay pulls up, missed the bank shot. Alabacus gets at the Munnings. Munnings runs out in front of everybody. And Harris transition three. No good. Bouger the rebound, clears to Lindsay. 11.5 to play. 23-point lead for ULM. Eaton steps through, and foul is going to be called. Foul's going to be called on ULM. But they're in control here in New Orleans. McDaniel knocking down a three. ULM 11 minutes, 17 seconds away from finalizing the quarterfinal side. And they would be opposite number 3, Georgia Southern. Eagles coaches sitting here courtside scouting this game.
See, the Warhawks just read where you're going to pass the ball, and defensively, Coach Richard does a great job. They rotate and take it away from you.
Number 0, Brandon Newman in the game for the first time.
And it was Newman that made the steal. I mean, and it wasn't his play to make. He just read it and did it. McDaniel
with 6 on the shot clock. That's a 2-pointer for McDaniel. He now has 7 and 3 of 7 from the floor. 25-point lead, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for McDaniel. Bouger falls down over his own man. They retain possession. There was a push-off, several push-offs, and finally the whistle. Tristan Wally twice used his forearm to lead, and they blew the whistle the second time.
That was a call you and I could make. Well, at least you could have.
I think the officials, they're human like everybody else. They want to move it along. They see that it's a 25-point game. McDaniel falling away. A little short on that one. Kern drives to the basket. Wild with the shot. Bouger ends up with it for Arkansas State.
I like his effort.
And Bouger gets to the foul line. He's working hard.
Yes, he is.
Give him that.
He's going after the ball. He's not completing a lot of plays, but he's going after it. And the most important thing is your energy anyway.
Roderick Taylor, who's in the ball game for the first time, picks up his first personal foul. Salif Bougé, 6'8", 212 sophomore out of Mali, West Africa.
You know, a youngster like that, with that kind of energy, let him have another year, figure it all out, summer, play. Well, he may come back a different kind of basketball player.
Well, he's got 9 rebounds. Now, they've missed a lot of shots, so he's had plenty of opportunities. But he's got 9 rebounds tonight to go along with his 5 points. Just a lot of effort out of Bougé.
Yeah, he goes after the ball. He rebounds outside his area. Yeah, I kind of like him. He's raw, but I kind of like him.
If he can get some offensive skill with his shot, some help with his shot and some of his offensive moves to maybe get himself some freedom, some good looks, it changes his game a little bit.
That's the summer part, and he's got to slow down just a little bit.
Rebound by Taylor. Coach Richard going a little bit deeper here now that he's got this big lead. Taylor and Newman in the ball game. Maybe rest some of his guys a little bit.
And he's playing with the ball a little bit. I mean, they're just trying to move it.
And foul on Bruce. And Bruce had some words for McDaniel. And the officials try to step in here and calm things down a little bit.
Foul charge to Arkansas State's Thomas Bruce, 4th personal.
That'll be the 4th foul on Bruce. A hard foul on McDaniel. And then you see the words from Bruce as the officials step in and try to calm things down a little bit.
Sam McDaniel shooting 2.
And Bruce still yapping. McDaniel looks like maybe he's calmed down a little bit. You saw the smile on his face. You guys are competitors, and you're getting beat like this. It's a hard thing to go through. Nobody likes to get beat like this.
Yeah.
Especially in your final game of your collegiate career, and that's what it looks like it's going to be for Bruce. Cockfield fires to Bruce. We have a whistle. We have a foul on ULM.
I think it's on Newman.
It is. Newman picks up his first personal. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Warhawks.
Wasn't his man. He rotates, but he's slow in his rotation, and it was an easy call.
Kern fires. Rebound by Newman. McDaniel gets tied up and a whistle. Here we go. We got some scuffling go along. McDaniel and Bruce, this is the second time in a matter of a minute they've had to be separated. Now Coach Richard steps in and says, young man, calm down. You've got a basketball game to play and one on Friday, but you won't be playing if you don't keep your cool.
Well, not only that, yeah, you just can't put yourself in that position. I don't care what he said to you or what happened. No, you just walk away from it. You don't you're right. You don't put yourself in a situation where you're sitting at the end of the bench watching the game on Friday.
So let's watch and see what happens here. McDaniel gets tied up. Guys are reaching in, going for the basketball. Nothing wrong there. And there you see him push off Brent Dugas, the official. And that's where certainly we're going to have a technical foul at the very least, as he's fighting with Dugas, the official, who's doing a really good job of keeping his cool in this situation.
The initial call on the floor, technical fouls on Thomas Bruce of Arkansas State and Sam McDaniel of ULM.
So we've got double technicals here, one on Bruce and one on McDaniel. But I think they're still reviewing to see if there's going to be anything beyond that here. And both sides are still pretty heated. And I think that's where you really start to get into hot water, when you start contesting the official.
Yeah. You got to learn to turn and walk away.
So the official's still sorting things through here.
He took McDaniel out, which is smart.
Yeah, I mean, with a 26-point lead, there's no need for McDaniel to play the rest of the night.
No.
Sam McDaniel, his third personal foul.
So they're going to come over here, give us an explanation.
McDaniel was fortunate.
And what was the explanation from the official?
Well, double technical, so they don't shoot any free throws, and then they had the foul to begin with. And so we're not shooting any free throws at all.
Yeah.
It's just ball out of bounds right there.
And so Bruce is on the bench for Arkansas State. And he's fouled out. That was his 5th foul. So he's done for the game. So he will not be back in. And I would doubt that McDaniel would see any more time here with his team leading by such a large margin. 7 on the shot clock. Jean-Pierre rises up with 5 on the clock and buried it. Jean-Pierre, he's now 6 for 9 from the floor, and he's got 14 points. He's their leading scorer tonight.
Go figure.
Ball stolen away, long outlet for Jean-Pierre, who finishes at the rim. 16 for Marvin Jean-Pierre. The route on, 30-point lead for ULM. Kern, no-look pass went to Bouger. They whip it around, they find the open man on the three-point wing, and that's Wally who knocks it home. So a timeout with 7:32 to play, and ULM with a whop, right? 7:32 to play in this one. ULM been in control from the get-go. Nearly threw it away in the backcourt. Winner advances to play Georgia Southern in the Friday quarterfinals.
When you talk about guards, that's going to really be an interesting matchup.
Six on the shot clock. Munnings gets in the paint, lobbed it up there, didn't hit anything. Lindsay pushes it across for the Red Wolves.
You see, there was a bigger man on him that could stick his arm up and make him change his arch.
Eaton hit the runner. Eaton with his 3rd basket. He has 6 points in 26 minutes. Munning sets the screen. Harris goes the other way. ULM running clock here. Jean-Pierre shoots with 8. Hit it. Jean-Pierre with 18 points.
He's hit 3 or 4 now with pressure on him, where he's just been able to find enough space to get that shot off.
Wally. Nothing but net for Wally. 2nd three-pointer for him, just the 3rd for the Red Wolves tonight.
Just a lot of movement. Letting that clock go down.
Jean-Pierre in the paint, left his man behind. 20 for Jean-Pierre, 9 for 12 shooting, 3 rebounds, 28 minutes for Marvin Jean-Pierre. Wally fires another 3. This one off back iron. Jean-Pierre goes up and gets a rebound. He's going to rest well tonight. He's worked hard.
Yeah, great shot fake.
Marvin Jean-Pierre with the clock winding down to 5 minutes. Step back three. Nailed it. Oh, my goodness. 23 for Marvin Jean-Pierre. His teammates on the sideline going nuts. That ties his career high. Lindsay, rainbow three from deep.
Foul charge for Arkansas State's Marquise Eaton, second personal.
Marvin Jean-Pierre, what a game for him. The senior out of Pompano Beach, Florida, has tied his career high with 23. Step back three and nail it, man.
Let's get the horses out. From the SunBelt Roundup, sponsored by the Myrtle Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau.
4 lead on Arkansas State. Brandon Newman at the line, looking for his first points of the game.
At the line, Brandon Newman from Warhawks.
It'll be interesting to see how much longer he lets Munnings play. He mean Coach Richard before he gets him off the floor.
Newman, his first 2 points. He averages 2 a game. He's a junior guard out of Hawthorne, California. 28-point lead for ULM. Lindsay, stutter step. Bouger keeps it alive. And then lost it. Munnings now has it in the front court.
But I'll tell you what, he's right there. I mean, he isn't completing plays, but he's making plays.
Got 10 rebounds tonight. He's the leading rebounder for both teams. Munnings backing in against Wally. Got into trouble there. Boucher ends up with it. Long outlet pass to Cockfield. And Cockfield changes his shot in the air and banks it in. 10 for Cockfield. First Red Wolves player to get to double figures. Newman spin move, gives it to Marvin Jean-Pierre, back to Newman, and his first bucket. Hit 2 at the free throw line, now gets his first field goal of the game.
They do a good job of finding each other. I mean, they play well together.
Taylor the rebound. ULM. This will be their 9th win in their last 12 games, Coach, after starting 1-6 in the SunBelt. Way back after the 7th game of the schedule, they're 1-6. Who would have given anything that this team would be in this position here in this tournament? Dramatic turnaround, about as dramatic a turnaround as I think you can experience in a season.
No, I agree, and that's why I say that alone put him in a position where he's a candidate for Coach of the Year.
7 of 7 shooting and 2 of 2 on his threes in the second half.
And I thought in the first half he was kind of quiet with it, but in the second half, maybe he heard me. He said, okay, watch this. And I mean,
maybe I'll play a little louder.
Yeah, there you go. He just dominated.
He did indeed. ULM, Marvin Jean-Pierre, they get to practice tomorrow, and they're happy about that because that means they get to play on Friday. Calvin Anderson in the game for the first time. Donovan Walker in the game for the first time.
And Coach Richard's son right there.
Yep. Lance Richard, his son, in the ball game. So they're going all reserves now for the final 2.5.
He can shoot the ball. I've seen him shoot.
Newman beats the shot clock. Final game of the season for Arkansas State and Coach Mike Pilato in his first season. Wasn't the easiest first season. He had to make some tough decisions when he dismissed Devin Sims, certainly the most prolific offensive player on his roster. But he felt like it was addition by subtraction.
No, you need to make statements. If you don't, then that locker room is not going to be healthy, and the wrong people are trying to control the whole situation.
Timeout called here just to get the substitution. Kiar Deng will check into the ballgame. Deng, the third member of that Australian trio that we've talked about, McDaniel, Alabakis, and Deng. So Deng getting in the ballgame. Gets it underneath and gets a basket. How about that? Kier Deng checks in and gets a hoop. Cockfield gives him 16.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Red Wolves, we got a lot of them after the game had been decided.
Dang, battling underneath, keeping it alive. My goodness, he had 3 cracks at it. Under a minute to play. Cockfield all the way. Foul's going to be called on Dang. That'll put Cockfield at the line.
Number 11, Kier Deng.
Cockfield, junior out of Gainesville, Georgia, played at Georgia Highlands College. Coach Scatero said, you know, we really have to take a look at this kid, and he convinced Bellato to take a look at him. They loved him from the get-go. Coach Bellato says, I'm not afraid of players because of their lack of height. And Cockfield's only 5'11". I've always loved playing with small, quick guards. A real alpha dog, and I think you could see that as you watched him play here tonight, although, as you mentioned, just didn't have a whole lot of help. Maybe next year, senior year, he's back and they got some more help around him.
There was a guy that I played against by the name of Earl Boykins.
Oh, man.
Who played in the NBA. He scored 49 on me one game. 40.
That's the definition of a small guard.
Oh, he was.
And an alpha dog, too.
Now, we won the game, but he scored 49.
Dang underneath, had a shot blocked from behind by Wally and out of bounds off of ULM. Cockfield padding stats right now, missed the layup. And this will do it. ULM will run out the clock, and the Warhawks will advance to the quarterfinals to play Georgia Southern. 76-54 the final. We have a quarterfinal bracket that is